You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6:30.
It's time to get you up to speed on the top local stories of the day. The Mahomet community is mourning the death of a high school student. 16-year-old Jacob Hamilton was killed in a car crash in yesterday's dust storm in Douglas County. Officials say he couldn't see after a dust cloud crossed over Route 36. They say he was unable to stop his vehicle in enough time to avoid a collision.
Students and staff in Hoopeston are heartbroken today after the death of a teacher. Brian Hodge was also the athletic director at Hoopeston Area High School and Middle School. He was well known by many specifically for helping kids who were struggling.
An arrest has been made in a Danville murder from last month. 38-year-old Lakeisha Cunningham is charged with first-degree murder in the death of Justin Jones. He was shot to death April 27th on East Fairchild. Cunningham was taken into custody yesterday in the Chicago area. Her bond is set at $1 million. One group is working to restore hope in the lives of men who struggle with substance abuse.
It's called Lifeline Connect. The program provides practical resources not only to recover from drug and alcohol abuse, but they also are teaching men how to live beyond those addictions. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is here. And Jennifer, this is more than just a recovery program.
Jennifer, many addiction programs last 30 to 90 days. Lifeline goes beyond that to give men long-term help and resources to live a strong life after recovery.
A heroin addiction, it robbed everything of my life. I was in and out of jail. I was in and out of prison.
Michael Savage's parents were addicts, and from a young age, so was he.
I had been through every treatment center in Missouri. I was shuffled around, from this halfway house to this treatment center, and nothing ever stuck. It just never worked.
Many rehab centers provided him with short-term solutions, and he describes it as putting a Band-Aid on something that needs surgery.
My family didn't want anything to do with me anymore because I stole from everybody. Nobody could trust me.
He realized he couldn't even trust himself, but that's when he found Lifeline Connect.
This program has completely changed my life from the inside out. I was able, to forgive myself of all of the hurts and the hang-ups and the junk and the mess and of all the wrong that I had done, and I was able to make amends, first with myself and then with my family.
Lifeline gives men who struggle with addictions a safe place to call home. They take in 6 men every year and provide them with counseling and resources to recover from addiction and rebuild their lives.
Helps you find a lot of those wounds in your life and bring healing to those things. And it also addresses the emotional, the physical, the financial, because most people that come to program, their finances are in ruin.
Several local businesses have hired men from the program, and they say each of them have been men of integrity and commitment.
We helped these guys. The reality is that they help us become better leaders, become better managers, because as we learn through addiction, as we learn through the program, it helps us understand our culture better.
And the men say that culture is what recovery is about: teamwork, support, and accountability to themselves, their friends, and their family.
In the past 10 years, Lifeline has helped around 70 men to end their addictions. Jennifer?
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, Lifeline is planning on expanding their housing. Like we told you, right now they're only able to take in 6 men a year. The new building will have 24 more rooms. An architect has already designed the layout. The Champaign Zoning Committee approved the plans. They plan to build it at the same site as their old building at Antioch Christian Church in Urbana.
We want to expand because we get calls every week of family members or men themselves that need a place to find a safe environment for recovery. And literally, we have to turn many away. We don't have the room.
Roger says the project will cost around $640,000. Lifeline is now just starting to raise the money.
CU Fresh Start is working to put a stop to crime in Champaign and Urbana, and now the Anti-Gun Violence Initiative has its own staff. 2 U of I PhD graduates will help city staff research and analyze crime data. They're also partnering with law enforcement to do it. Now, the researchers are joining the team along with the project manager, Vivian Gray. And Gray says the researchers will determine who the top offenders are regarding domestic violence, armed robbery, gangs, and gun crimes.
Analyze the crime data, so they're working with us and our law enforcement colleagues to look at the crime data, a range of different offenses.
Now they're looking to see what the data says about who's breaking the law and what's driving the crime in Champaign and Urbana. The Fresh Start team doesn't know how long it'll take them to collect and analyze all that data, but they say once they do, they will start working with social workers, police, and the community to help put an end to crime in the area. Police found a body in Lake Decatur today. A 63-year-old woman was reported missing about 8 o'clock this morning. A car matching her description was found near the lake, and the dive team was called in. They found her body a little after noon. Police say at this point they don't suspect any foul play. Well, the Police Support Association of Champaign is celebrating achieving its first goal. They now have armored vests for dozens of law enforcement officers. The association set that goal back in August. The vests were paid for by donations from people in the community. Founders of the organization say they're already brainstorming some new ideas.
It makes me start thinking about the next one, honestly. This is a big step. This is a really great, successful day. But we have so much more that we could be doing, so I'm already starting to think about what's next.
In total, they have about 125 new vests for officers.
1 in 13 children suffer from a severe food allergy attack outside the home. Now there's a push to make sure that number goes down. A bill would require restaurants to certify employees in accredited food allergen training. It would mandate at least one person on staff at all times knows what to do.
I think it's hard to impose mandates across the board on restaurants. But I think that as we begin to educate people, just like anything else, this is going to be the standard.
Restaurants or food establishments that already have this wouldn't have to qualify. The training is done online for $20. And checking today's Instant Connection poll, do you have any food allergies? More people do. Easy to participate. Wow, 83% of you saying yes. If you want to chime in, just go to our Facebook page. There's a link there, and we're going to check back with your answers at the end of the hour. Nearly 100 water samples from across the Decatur School District showed elevated lead levels. Water sources tested include drinking fountains and faucets. Our media partners at the Decatur Herald and Review report 97 samples tested higher than 5 parts per billion. By law, parents have to be notified. Of those, 30 tested higher than 15 parts per billion, which requires the EPA to take action. Water sources that tested positive were shut off and will remain off until repairs can be made. Bathroom sinks and water used by the janitors weren't tested.
One bridge is now shut down because it's too dangerous. County Road 2500 will be closed. It crosses Interstate 57 just west of Thomasboro. IDOT says slopes along the road need to be repaired and pose a danger when wet. They hope to have it back open next month. Well, it'll be a while before Amtrak routes are back to normal. This is the third day since the St. Louis to Chicago route has been shut down because of a train derailment that happened late Monday night. Tracks will not be fully repaired until next week. Amtrak officials say they expect trains to be up and running on Tuesday. For now, buses will continue to be provided at Lincoln for those traveling south.
Okay, again, we've got that Instant Connection poll question asking about food allergies. Weigh in. Now, the yes is down slightly, 71%. Final results at the end of the hour.
Plus, Jack is back in to let us know if rain is on the way after this stretch of heat and windy conditions.